77 last April.
77, yeah.
Last April.
Sure.
Yeah,
So in 20 years I will be 97. So be careful. 20 years you are coming here. I will be here in the same room. I was born in Bulgaria. We immigrated to Israel in 1949. It was 1 year after the independence war. And the situation in Israel at that time was very, very interesting, I would call it. At 48, there were in Israel about 600,000 Jews, that's all.
Wow.
And by the way, 1.5% died in the war. About 10,000 people died in the war. From the ship, they took them to fight the rifles and everything, because we didn't have cannons, so there were only rifles. And some of them, of course, they didn't know the language.
So they didn't know to shoot the rifle.
To shoot with the rifle, it's easy to teach somebody, but to hear all the orders, it's more difficult. Anyhow, from 49 to 57, I was a student in the schools.
Sure.
And the problem was to learn, of course, the language. And I was very confused because I forgot the Bulgarian language. I did not have the Hebrew language, and they started to teach me English in the 6th grade or something like that, so it was totally messed.
Yes.
Unbelievable. Never mind. At 57, I joined the army. I volunteered to the Air Force, and okay, they took me in the flying training school, yeah. And I received my wings in February 59. We finished 3 guys in ours. We started 42, we finished 3 only. One of them is very ill, one of them was shot down, and in my history I was a prisoner of war. What happened after 59?
You got married?
No, it was in 60.
And?
With your mother, that's right. 60, we married and we have 2 children, a boy and a girl. And I flew in the squadrons. I flew most of the French aircrafts. I'm sure that you don't know even the names. There is only one, maybe you know, there is the Mirage 3C.
Mystère.
Mystère, very good. It was another one, Super Mystère.
Super Mystère.
And this is the aircraft that I spent 7 years with this aircraft. Not so good one, but okay, I enjoyed it. At 67, after the war, I did have some problems with medical problems before the war, and they took me out of the team that was planned to go to the States. So I did not join all the preparations, so I didn't know how the Navy is built in the States. I didn't know English, nothing. But I succeeded after the operation that I passed to fly in the war. And my base commander said, okay, you are flying, so go to the States. I said, okay, I will go to the States. So I arrived in Sisselfeld, in Squadron Sisselfeld, and they told us, okay, but you can't fly yet. We said, why? There is no money. What do you mean, no money?
That's always the problem.
The base commander finished the budget, and we didn't understand it because in our environment it's not like that. You have all the plans for all the period that you have to do things, so everything is correct. So we say, okay, what we are going to do now? You are going to have ground lectures and to see how the aircraft is built. And we did some simulator exercise, I believe. I don't remember how many. And then a week later, we started the flights on July something, July 67. And we spent there about 3 months. I believe so. July, August, September. We finished at the end of September, I believe.
I believe so.
And of course we enjoyed it because we had already enough flying hours. So to fly this aircraft, you better know than me that it's a very easy aircraft to fly, and you don't have any problems. The big problem was what you're talking in the radio. This was the problem. Especially when they sent us to 45 to make the instrument flight. You have to speak all the time. So every day, at the end of the day, a guy sit with me all the day, and he dictated to me what I have to say in the radio and what I have to hear from the controls and the, okay, so I write everything, and then we go to and fly the mission, okay. So to fly, it was very nice and very easy. There were some new things for us because we didn't know what's air refueling, we didn't know what's resting gear. By the way, we have on the Skyhawks resting chute.
Right.
And they said, well, but why you did the parachute? We said, because we're landing on the runways. And so there were some new things for us. One anecdote I can tell you that one day, it was about afternoon or something like that, we were planned to make a night flight. And we saw that it's so raining, it's so bad weather, and we started to plan which movie we are going to see because we're not going to fly. Okay,
Wrong.
wrong, very wrong. So 7 o'clock, okay, we're going to the squadron, the briefing start, okay. We still say, maybe the weather will change. Okay. We finish the briefing, and we take our clothes and everything, and we go to the planes, and everything was catastrophic in the sky. Nothing happened. We went there, and we flew there, and finally we were very, very happy. But in Israel at that time, we were flying only blue skies.
Blue sky.
That's it. And because the French aircraft, they don't have enough instruments for night flight, for instrument flight, so it was very difficult to do it. Never mind, we survived, and then one day came one of the pilots and said, look, next week we are going to Yuma, Arizona. What we are going to do there, we have to make our delivery of bombs and shooting and strafing and all this, and we can do it only in the desert. Where is Yuma? Arizona. Where is Arizona? In the United States. Okay.
So far.
We have some kind of habit that along the way we have to overnight in some place and then to reach Yuma, Arizona the day after. And you have to decide. We said, okay, we have to decide, we have to consult and to see what's going on. One of the young pilots, maybe one of you, came to us and said, ask them to go to San Francisco. What's in San Francisco? So,
San Francisco. San Francisco.
That's all it needs to be in San Francisco.
what is in San Francisco?
More than
Some
Yuma.
club.
Casino.
Oh,
At that time, it was Carol Dodo.
Carol Doda. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This young guy
Broadway
told
strip.
us, look, I have a card to enter to this Playboy casino in San Francisco. Okay.
Yeah.
We came to next day to the squadron, and of course he asked us if we decided. We said yes, no problems. We want to go to San Francisco. He said, just a moment. We are here. You have to go to Yuma, and you are going to stay overnight in San Francisco and then coming back. It's something wrong here. You know where is San Francisco? We said, of course, on the Pacific. I said, yes, but today you are on the Atlantic. So what? You ask us, this is our answer. And we went to San Francisco.
Did you go
And
with
then,
them?
No.
and then there were two guys with us, I don't remember the names, of course. And day after that, we came to Yuma and we did all our strafing and things like that. Then I had an English problem in one of the days. And it's very traumatic.
What funny story.
Yeah,
What funny story you should
it's
tell.
very funny. Yes, I'm a funny guy. You know, the procedures are that if you can't release the bombs, you have to come straight in approach and not to make all the circle around the base
Yeah.
and things like that. Okay. One day I didn't release the bombs, some malfunction, I don't remember what. And the leader told me, okay, go back to the base. Okay. I started my approach to the base. I contact the control tower and I said, look, it was written here. I said what is written here. And then he started to talk. And after 2 minutes, he finished and I understand nothing. As simple as this. What I have to do? I waited 30 seconds and I did it again. On the third time, somebody in the air started to shout to the control tower. Can't you understand? It doesn't understand. You give me to land. You see, I saw all the aircraft, went out, and I landed finally. Okay, but it was not the end. The end was at lunchtime. We went to the mess to eat. Okay, we're eating there, very nice place, it's very quiet. And then a young pilot, very handsome guy, came into the mess and just opened his mouth and asked, who is the guy? Ta-tam, ta-tam, ta-tam. And I went down the table, and it cost me a lot of beers, so it was like, okay. After the States, we came back to Israel. We started to fly the A4s. The first flight was on 1st January 68. The 4 aircraft, they reached Israel, I believe, 4 or 5 days before that. And they were delivered by ships, by the way, not flying, because our chief of the Air Force did not agree that we are going to make this flight to Israel. I became the squadron commander in '69, and while the second squadron was transferred to Hatzerim, the base that we had been. And this was, by the way, the first fighter squadron that came to this airbase. Before that, it was only the school. So it was very difficult in the beginning, how to take care about the armaments, and how to scramble, and how to receive missions, and how everything was very new for them. And it was, by the way, very difficult for the guys down, because you got the permission, you're going to fly, that's it, it's easy. But they had to arrange all the things, all the logistics and things like that, it was not so simple. On July that year, the country and the Air Force and the military of Israel decided that we have to do something against the Egyptians and the Syrians. What happened, and I'm sorry that I'm talking maybe to the guys only, but
No, we're understanding.
okay.
I mean, we understand it.
Okay.
We do.
When you lived long enough with
We
the
did, yeah. They still fly there.
67 was a very difficult war for our enemies.
Yes.
They understood very quickly and very simple that without any air capability, they are going to lose the next war. So they went to the Russians, to the Soviet Union, to Mr. Brezhnev, and the president of Egypt, Sadat, asked him to help him how to solve this problem of air, because the Israeli Air Force finished the war after 3 hours. it is a true number.
No, yeah.
3 hours, that's it. We did not attack after that airfields, nothing. So Brezhnev said, okay, we can assist you, of course, political problems and things like that. And the solution was to build SAM sites. It started with the SAM 2. It was something very funny thing. It was like a electrical pole.
Telephone
And you
pole.
can see it for a long time. And you have enough warning time to react and things like that. And they started to build these SAMs. They started about 50 kilometers from the Suez Canal. And slowly, but continuously, they built another one in 40 kilometers and another one in the 30 kilometers. And side by side, they reached the area of the Suez Canal, and they built a very, very complicated system of SAM sites. On 20 July this year, 1969, the Air Force started to try to stop this advantage of the SAM sites in the Egyptian front I'm talking. We didn't know how to do it. Didn't know. We didn't have the right armament. We didn't have the knowledge. And in some places, we even didn't have the intelligence how to do it. So it was very complicated for us, I'm talking. For them, I don't know. For us, it was complicated. I can give you only the one example that I was involved in. In all my squadron, we were at that time only 9 operational pilots. That's it. We had more airplanes, but we did not have operational pilots. So all 9 of them, we flew in one formation. Of course, I was the leader, and we divided the formation into 3 parts. One has to attack with Neplan from a low level. One, I believe it was Snake Eyes or something like that, I don't remember, from the medium level, about 5,000 or 6,000 feet, and one from the highest point from 8,000 or 9,000 feet. And of course, I took the highest one, and we attacked this same site, and we get out okay. I was hit after, not on the same side. I was hit after that. On the way back to cross the channel back to Israel, I was hit by AAA. They had something, I think it was 57 millimeters with radar or something like that. And I got 2 hits, one in the aileron and one in the engine. I was low flying, it was very high speed. I didn't have a lot of chances what to do and how to do. I tried to jettison myself. I didn't succeed to lift my hand to here because of the G's. So I dropped my hand and I pulled the second handle. And this is why I break my hand in 2 places, but it was not open. It was closed, but I lost my capability to activate this hand. And of course, I broke my leg in 2 places. And I fell down, and it was like in the westerns. Everybody was shooting at me, in the air, on the ground, everybody. Okay, they got me and they took me to Cairo, and I spent there 3.5 months. And Israel, of course, they do some other operations. They took some other Arabs in prison, and there was an exchange. At that time, we were 2 Israeli pilots in Egypt, Giora Rom and myself, and they returned us. And for these 2 gentlemen, Israel gave about 80 or 90 Arab soldiers, Egyptian soldiers.
Wow. Sounds like a fair.
That's about right. That's about the.
It's all right, because if not, you have to feed them.
Today's numbers are much higher.
And after that, it was decided that I was grounded forever, and I have a fixed knee, so I can't fly anymore. And of course, the first thing that I wanted to do is to go out of the Air Force. And there was a nice, clever guy and told me, okay, you want to go out? Okay, I have to sign the permission for you to go out, but before that you have to prove to me that you are okay. I said, okay, we'll take 1 month, 2 months. It took me another 11 years. But I'm very happy that I stayed in the Air Force at that 11 years, because I did at least 2 or 3 very, very interesting jobs. The last one was to plan and to build a new airfield that unfortunately today is in Sinai, so it's not in our hands anymore. And I can show you
But what
later.
about the tower at Ben Gurion?
What?
The tower, the control tower in Ben Gurion Airport.
What happened with it?
I don't know. What about it?
She knows all your secrets.
She
Just
has
catching Hebrew.
she has a good intelligence. Now the story is just a funny story, because you know, the pilots, when we are young, we are a little bit crazy and stupid.
There you go.
There you go.
Now we can do a briefing. Properly.
I remember this one is existing.
Grow up in this house.
Okay. By the way, he is the result after the POW. When I came back, my wife said, okay, now we are going to make another kid. And we make another 2. And he is the
Thank
final.
goodness. I'm so happy you made another one.
What was the, with the tower?
With the tower.
The
Okay.
tower is
I was young and stupid, and one day they told me, go to Ben Gurion, and there was a maintenance facility for the Air Force. And take one of the aircraft that they already finished all the maintenance, and you have to take the aircraft back to the base. I said, okay. They took me with a paper cup or something like that. I landed there, took the aircraft, and after takeoff, I just left the afterburner on, 270 degrees, one low pass on the tower, and before landing, the chief of the Air Force was on the telephone. Let's do a break, and let's have something to after the good appetite.
Food.